Gents, just move you up a little bit. That's it, Jack, just come up. Square up for us, guys. Yeah. That's lovely. Straight ahead. And again. And into voice.
The whole for everyone there. How did it make you feel?
I mean, this is probably the greatest Olympics for me.
Again. And then just to the voice.
Jay. I mean, I always have things that I always think I can improve on. It's just how I always have worked through my life. It would have been really awesome to do a world record, break a world record, do a best time. I did do a best time, but didn't break a world record. I went my fastest 100 split in the relay. But in all, this is exactly what I wanted. You know, I knew that coming into these games that I had prepared myself the best way, and I was ready to swim. And you know, one of the biggest things I really wanted back was I wanted the 200 fly victory back. I wanted that gold medal to retire with. I've been in 5 Olympics in that race, and I wanted to finish on top. So for me, if you would ask me if these results would have been good a year ago, 2 years ago, I would have said yes. And you know, being able to win 5 more Olympic gold medals and 1 more silver medal, there's no better way to finish a career. I think it was finally setting in where this was my last time. This was my last meet, my last warm-up, and you know, my last races ever. And I think that was just kind of going through my head the whole time, and I was replaying a lot of my past, like my swimming career throughout, you know, the last 20 years, 24 years, and that just sort of made me emotional. And I think that was something I didn't have in London, and I think that's why, for people who don't believe me that I'm not coming back, that's why you can tell that I'm not, this is it, I'm done, no more. Swimming-wise, it was probably the 200 fly. You know, I can look at that race and probably say this might be one of the best races of my life. But also, spending time with the team. We had such a young team, and you know, coming in, we had 30-some rookies that were on our team. So, you know, being able to get to know them and being able to help them. You know, being elected a captain for the first time ever, carrying the flag. I mean, I literally, I don't think anything could have gone any better this whole Olympics, and it's a true dream come true. Going into the wall, I knew I was behind. Going into the finish, I knew I was behind, and I was kind of like, well, is it going to come to an end here? Is the perfection going to come to an end here, or am I going to get lucky again? And with past history, I've been very lucky in the 100 fly and been able to get my hand on the wall first. This time, it went to Joe, and Joe is a great competitor, very talented. And I looked up at the scoreboard and saw 2, and I was like, okay, I accept it. I'm happy with that. 51.1 is faster than I went in London. I'm good. And then I saw Chad, and I looked up and saw we tied. And then I saw Laszlo, and I looked up again, and we all tied. And the 2 of them, Laszlo I've had history with for probably 12 years. And Chad and I, over the last 4 years, have obviously had our history. So it's really kind of a cool feeling to be up there with those 2 guys on my last individual race, sharing a podium together for a silver medal. I don't think I'll miss the training. I don't think I'll miss the early mornings. I will 100% stay in some kind of shape. After London, I gained about 35 pounds, so I'm not doing that this time. But it's you know, this has been sort of my life, like I said, for 24 years. So it will be a little different not having it, but being able to have a child that Nicole and I welcomed into this world this year, we still will have the early mornings, and those are something I'm looking forward to. Fatherhood is the greatest thing I could ever dream of. being able to spend time with him and just watch him smile. Like we were driving over today, and he's kind of laughing and giggling and making small noises. It's just the greatest, just being able to see the facial expressions on his face and to watch how much he's changed. He's 3.5 months old, and I haven't seen him for the last 3 weeks until 2 days ago, and he's grown so much and he's growing so fast. So I'm looking forward to continuing to watch him as he grows into a young man. Oh, without question. I think there were a lot of things that I probably did on the team as a captain that was very fatherly-like. You could say when we were on the medal podium for the 400 free relay, I told the 2 younger guys, I was like, it's okay to sing and it's okay to cry. And next thing I know, I looked over at my teammate and he was bawling. So I kind of just put my arm around him and kind of brought him close to me. So I see myself doing a lot more fatherly things and looking out after my team and looking forward to getting home and hopping in the pool with the little man, gonna get him swimming and just have fun. My trainer I've worked with for the last 14 years, right? Yeah, 14 years. And he's always reading things and always trying new things, and he knows me and what I like, and he asked to try it. A couple of the athletes tried it, and he was like, why don't you give it a try, you might like it. And 2-3 years ago I tried it and I loved it. It's just a quick 5-minute intense massage on a certain area, and it's been something that we've done for recovery since he kind of brought it to me, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I have a cupping set at home, so I'll get Allison or Nicole to cut my back or cut my shoulder if I need it at night.
Being in Rio for the second time now. I was here for the Laureus Awards in 2013. Wonderful city, wonderful atmosphere everywhere we went, In terms of my games, maybe mixed emotions, started off really well. Overall, slightly disappointed, but I got 2 silvers, so I can't be too disappointed about that. Look, Michael always inspired me every day, He was the reason I started swimming butterfly. So, to think that he's retired is difficult. I would love one last crack at him, in all honesty. I've asked him nicely if he could stick around for another year or so. But now that he's gone, I feel like, there's a lot of things that I need to get closer to, like that world record, and see what I can do. Like I said, I feel like I have a lot more that I can achieve. And the 100 freestyle is something that I'm looking at for the future as well.